iSnoopDogg.com online radio with your free bets and sports picks. We're going to get right into it. We had a great day yesterday in sports betting. We went 10-2 in baseball. We did only have the afternoon games listed for all my sticklers and critics out there and our loyal fans that we are so grateful for taking the time to stop into iSnoopDogg.com. We wouldn't do it without you, that's for sure. We did only get our afternoon games up, but for those of you who check every game and put our record to every game, we do appreciate it. When we miss one, you let us know, and we couldn't do it without you. But if we did only have the opportunity to the afternoon games, get the afternoon games from 2 p.m. up until 2 p.m. in. But if you stuck to our formula and put it to the rest of the games, you would have seen we had a 10-2 record in MLB on September 1st. We went 1-2 in NCAAF. Bill Belichick, the Tar Heels started off hot, 7-0. It looked like it was going to be a high-scoring battle. To the end, it ended up 48-14. So we lost the point spread. We lost the money line. But we did, iSnoopDogg.com online free bets and sports picks did also take the over in that game. So we went 1-2 in NCAAF on 8/31. And we went 10-2 in MLB, which left us at 11-4 in both sports for the games listed on iSnoopDogg.com online magazine for September 1st. So we're going to get right into this one. We got a great game. There's a few great ones we have for tonight in baseball. MLB, I spotlighted one. A couple great games to look at would be, I got the Dodgers-Pirates game well under the listed run total of 8.5. I have that game with the maximum amount of runs based on averages at 7. All the other games are going to be close down to the wire statistically by average. I do have the Mariners-Rays game. By average, I have that game scoring 11 runs. They do have it listed at 7.5 for the run total for that game. Usually when they do that, there's going to be a pitching duel. They do favor the pitching in that game, usually when the runs per game are higher than the run total, Vegas's run total by a few runs listed in that game's point spread and run total. But there is a big discrepancy from the runs per game average to the run total for the game out of Vegas. I have a total runs of 11. I got the Rays winning 5-6 over the Mariners. I have 11 total runs for that game, and currently it's listed at 7.5. It's a game to definitely take a look at. All the other ones statistically look like they're going down to the wire. Yankees-Astros is at 7.5. I got that game statistically by average with 9 total runs. Giants-Rockies are at 10.5 runs total for that game out of Vegas, statistically by average. I have the Rockies winning that game. Rockies are also plus 185 at home. Rockies bottom of the league when it comes to scoring. They're a 39-99 team. Giants are 69-69. I'm not going to get too much into this game because it's not the game I spotlighted for this episode of iSnoopDogg.com online magazine, free bets and sports picks, but it's definitely a game to look at. Giants-Rockies. Rockies favored at home by big, plus 185 in Colorado. The run total's 10.5. I got the Rockies statistically by average winning this game 5-4 over the Giants. So let's get to the game of the night, spotlighted game of the night. But take a look at those other games. We had 10 winners in MLB yesterday. We are currently iSnoopDogg.com online radio. Free bets and sports picks is 530 and 514 in its last 1,044 picks against the spread. We're somewhere around 974 games. We're looking to get to that 1,000 game mark. This goes back to basketball playoffs, right into baseball, and obviously now college with the NFL just around the corner, September 4th, Thursday Night Football, Cowboys, Eagles. Week 1 NCAAF, we went 20-16 in week 1, above 500. Above 500 is always good. Week 1, we went 20-16 in week 1 NCAAF. Let's get right to our spotlighted game of the night. It's going to be the White Sox at the Twins. White Sox are 50-88 overall, 20-46 on the road. Twins at home, 62-75 overall, 35-33 at home for the Minnesota Twins. Overall record goes towards the Twins. More wins in the win category at home for the Twins than the White Sox do in their win category. On the road, statistically and by average, I have this game 3.875. This is based on runs per games, averages, overalls, road records, home records, statistically all put together. I got 3.875 to 4.28 in the Twins' favor. 4.28 Twins to the 3.875 White Sox. So I got this game statistically at 4-4. We'll get back to it. Starting pitching for the White Sox, D. Martin, number 65, has a 5-9 overall record with a 4.03 ERA as a starting pitcher for the White Sox. Bullpen for the White Sox, 4.15 ERA. Starting pitching for the Twins, S. Woods Richards, number 24, has a 5-4 overall win-loss record for a starter. For the Twins, has a 4.59 ERA. Wins are tied for starting pitching when it comes to starting pitching. 5-5, White Sox, Twins. Both starters have 5 wins. White Sox have more losses in starting pitching, so the favorite would go to the Twins starting pitching. White Sox have a lower ERA with their starting pitching, 4.03 to 4.59. So the favor of starting pitching for this particular matchup, when it comes to ERA, would go in the White Sox favor. Bullpen is 4.15 ERA for the White Sox. Bullpen for the Twins is 8th. Lowest is 8th lowest in the 8th lowest or 8th best. They are 18th. The White Sox, 18th. But I'm on the Twins. Where are the Twins? The Twins are going to be even lower because they have a 4.43 ERA compared to the White Sox's 4.15. They're 23rd in the MLB, putting that favor of the bullpen towards the White Sox favor. It's something to think about and know, especially with live betting action in modern day gambling, to think about, to keep in mind, something to know. If the game gets down to the wire, if you're seeing some live betting action lines that you may get in on, keep in mind that the White Sox bullpen has a better bullpen statistically as of right now in this part of the season, with the White Twins being 23rd in the league, the White Sox being 18 when it comes to ERA. And their bullpen, something to keep in mind, from ESPN out of Vegas. ESPN had this game opening up at Chicago White Sox plus 120, making them the underdogs for this team, for this game. The underdog team for this game put down 100. If you were to take the White Sox in that bet and they won, you would win 120. $100 gets you $120 if the White Sox were to win. Keep in mind, we do have the White Sox at 3.875 to the Twins 4.28. And you do know the starting pitching, how close statistically they are head-to-head matchup-wise. We have Minnesota Twins from ESPN out of Vegas opening up at minus 145 for this game. Put down $145 to win 100. For the Twins to win, you would need the Twins to win the game by any amount to win that bet. 9.5 is where this game opened up at. Let's see if it stayed there for the run total based on live betting action. White Sox, before we get into the White Sox live betting action, as iSnoopDogg.com online radio magazine's free bets and sports picks always does, we go through the entire internet. We check out all the casinos through Vegas, through the internet, all the books throughout the country. We round up all the numbers, average them out, get the statistics, see where the live betting action is. Live betting action throughout the country. Average bettors, professional bettors, rookie bettors, experts, people who know what they're talking about, people who don't know what they're talking about, everyone online, people bored at work, people busy at work, people bored at home. Everyone's betting on whatever games. That's the live betting action. Let's see if that live betting action affected the opening lines. Sometimes when people bet so much on one thing, it can affect the opening line from the game. If a game opened up at, for example, 1 and 1 million people bet on Team A to win the game, that number 1 for Team A would probably go to number 2. And the reason it would do that is to balance out the other side for Team B for betting, so that another 1 million people would bet on Team B. So the opening line was adjusted and affected by the live betting action. Are you with me? So let's see if that happened during this game. It doesn't look like it affected it too much because it's not a nationally televised, very popular game. But this does look like a winner when it comes to the runs per game and what Vegas has this line at. But we'll get to that right now. Live betting action. You get where I'm coming from. I know you know what you're talking about. But if in case you didn't, now you know what live betting action is. Live betting action. White Sox money line is at 119 based on live betting action in all the casinos throughout the internet. 119. 1 point down from the opening line of 120 from ESPN coming out of Vegas. Live betting action brought this White Sox down to 120. I got 70% of live betting action betting on the Twins to win this game. This brought this down, even with 70% of current live betting action betting on the Twins. It brought it down to minus 142, still right around the same ballpark. Not too much of a fluctuation or adjustment or rise or fall from the opening line from where live betting action has brought both the White Sox and the Twins money line picks. Over-under for the game opened at 9.5 based on live betting action. We have iSnoopDogg.com online magazine free bets and sports picks. Has it at 9.45. We have it pretty evenly balanced. Got a money line payout of minus 105, 104, 105 area for the over based on live betting action. And for the under, we have it at minus 119 based on live betting action, where the percentage of live betting action has driven those money line payouts for the over-under to pretty balanced out. It looks like Vegas wouldn't really care where this game goes to, over or under, because it's pretty balanced on both sides. They're going to pay the losers with the winners, and they're going to keep the juice in their pocket. Keep in mind, if the under lost, they would collect more juice because the juice for the money line payout is minus 119 compared to the over money line payouts of minus 105. So it's balanced, but there is still a bit more action driven to bring this game under, which is not very likely. These two pitchers are not studs. Most of the time when a game drops down to a 6-7 run game, you got two aces for the first 4 or 5 innings that give the bullpen and relievers jump starts not to give up any runs. But we'll get back to that for this game, because again, these both starting pitchers are right in the 4.0 ERA for their earned run average, as starters. The Twins starting pitching almost at 5 runs per game with their ERA as starting pitching. So it's something to keep in mind when it comes to the final score, statistically runs per game for both teams, and what Vegas has this run total at. But we'll get to that when we get our predictions of the final score. So back to the over-under moneyline payouts. Just keep in mind, if the under was to lose in this game, based on live betting action and percentages, I have Vegas collecting more money in juice than they would if the over was to win. It's minus, you got to put down minus 120, 119 to win 100 with the under, compared to the over. You would only have to put down 104, 105 to win 100 if you were to bet online. Most local in-person books are minus 110 on those bets, but if you were to bet online at Vegas, you can get these different moneyline payouts. So just keep that in mind. If the under was to lose, Vegas would collect more juice, even though it's closely balanced on both sides. If the under was to lose, Vegas would collect more juice from the losers, pay that money with the winners' bets, and collect that juice and keep it in their pocket. That's how Vegas makes their money. Run line, plus 1.5. White Sox, minus 172. iSnoopDogg.com, online radio, free bets and sports picks. One reason we do this is to let you know what we think you shouldn't be paying anything more than if you were to take a favorite, and what you should be getting paid if you were to take an underdog. Run line, plus 1.5. White Sox get plus 1.5. They would have to lose by more than 2 runs, which statistically in runs per game, based on runs per game, with the averages, this game looks like it's going to go down to the wire. It looks like a 1-run game either way, so this may be a bet to look at. You will be paying around 172. I wouldn't pay anything more than 170, 171, 172. Put down 172 at the most to win 100. But you do have a plus 1.5 run start. 1.5 run start at the head of this game. When the game starts 0-0, it would be 1.5 White Sox to 0 Twins. You would have to lose by 2 if you were to take the White Sox at plus 1.5 to lose this bet. Twins, you would have to win by 2 runs with the run line at minus 1.5 to win this bet. We think you shouldn't be getting paid anything less than plus 142. Put down 100. You would win 142 is what we have it at. We think you shouldn't be getting paid anything less than 142 for this bet, but the Twins would have to win. When the game starts, the White Sox would be 1.5 to your 0 if you were to take the Twins, in the run line minus 1.5. You would need them to win by 2. Runs per game, we got this game 3.875 to 4.28 in the Twins' favor. Round everything up, we have this game, and round everything down, we have this game 4-4. You can make the argument. You can give the Twins another extra decimals and points, or even a full run since they're at home. But I have the Twins' home runs per game at 4.34. So I do not have them breaking even that 4.5 mid-mark. So I can round them up to 5 to even make the argument 2-5. So I'm going to keep them at 4. I got a 4-4 game. The over-under is 9.5. So to make this game a realistic final score, I had them at, I believe it's White Sox 3-4. Let me just double check. I got this game 3-4. I got the White Sox 3-4, and I'll tell you why. They're at 3 point. Overall, I have them at 3.87. I have them at 3.87, and on the road, I have them at 3.82. I'm getting a lot of 3s. Even though I'm rounding up to 4, I have them at 3.82 on the road, 3.875 overall, based on iSnoopDogg.com, online magazine, free bets and sports picks, betting formula. We are on our quest to be the best, so we got the White Sox staying at 3 for this particular game. We got the Twins 4-3, and the reason it's our spotlighted game of the night is because we have a total of 7 runs with an over-under of 9.5 runs in this game. We have an evenly balanced money line payout. Vegas collects more money if this under loses, which would go against us, but it's still pretty evenly balanced, where Vegas wouldn't take too much of a hit. It looks like the Twins are going to win this game at home at minus 145, minus 142. But for our record, towards our quest to be the best, iSnoopDogg.com online radio magazine, free bets and sports picks, records, quest to be the best in the world, sports bettors and sports pickers. Thanks for bearing with me on that one. It's been a long show. We're going to go with just the over-under. We do have a couple minus 105 picks this week that we can put towards our record. Minus 110 is our cap in baseball to what we can pick towards the record. We make the rules, so that's the rules we sticking to. But for this game, 3-4, 4-3, Twins 4-3. This game goes well under the opening line from Vegas at 9.5, which is why it is our iSnoopDogg.com online magazine, free bets and sports picks. Game of the night. Enjoy. We hope we put some money in your pocket yesterday. Had a great day yesterday. We're going to try to keep it rolling. 10-2 yesterday. We want another 10-plus game today. Usually they'll tell you what that means. We have a losing record around the corner, but we argue that we are a 500 betting machine. iSnoopDogg.com online magazine, free bets and sports picks is. So we should be steady. We should have a great day and a great night today in baseball. Had 10-2 yesterday. We are above 500 currently with our overall record, and we got this game 3-4, 4-3 Twins in the Twins' favor, 4-3, and we got this game going under. iSnoopDogg.com online radio with your free bets and sports picks. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Thanks for listening in. Enjoy the day. We hope your team wins unless they're playing the Red Sox. We hope we put some money in your pocket, some wins in the wins category. Don't forget to bet until you lose, double up until you win, low minimums, high maximums. Leave yourself some room for error. In blackjack, never hit, always stand. Make the dealer follow the rules. Make them bust. Make them break. Stand 2 cards, never hit, always stand. Double up until you lose. Bet until you win, double up until you lose. That is the double up your losses gambling theory with blackjack and sports betting. This is iSnoopDogg.com online radio with your free bets and sports picks. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for listening in to another show.